Okay, hello everyone. It's your girl Jynnette the Oracle, and I'm here today to do the August tarot forecast for the sign of Capricorn. Let me check the stream. We are looking okay, good enough. All right, so yeah, Capricorn. Let's get into it. If you have a Capricorn rising sign, sun sign, or moon sign, this is going to be for you. I want to say thank you for everyone who participated in the July healing crystal grids that I received an assignment from Spirit to help to support, to facilitate healing not only on a personal level, but also a family level and collectively as well too. It was an amazing experience. I hope that you also got a lot out of it, and I really appreciated and enjoyed receiving feedback from folks and receiving messages in my DMs and all that. So thank you so much. Let me get some more light in here. Yeah, all right. So yeah, if you want to stay abreast of when I get messages about putting up a grid for the collective, okay, this is not for me personally, but you know, something that we all can join in collectively. Follow me on Instagram at Anderson Alchemy, or on Facebook, also Anderson Alchemy, for that information up to date, because I'm not on here on YouTube often enough to update that. You can also check my weekly newsletter that comes out weekly, and I put out the monthly forecast for the astrology. I put out a monthly forecast for Lightworkers, and then I usually talk about other things, either what's going on currently energetically or other topics on metaphysics and things like that. Also, the fourth quarter for the Lightworker Academy is going to be beginning in the fall, so I will be opening up enrollment for that soon. If you want to get a jump start on enrollment, I do always offer that for those in the those who are newsletter subscribers, usually before everyone else. But regardless, just know that that's coming up. So if you do want to take some courses, if you weren't able to get in for whatever reason for this current summer semester, then, you know, come in for the fall. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's go ahead and get into it. So your energy guidance for the month from Spirit is this card of defeat. Okay, so this is basically similar energetically to the Tower card in the regular major arcana. Okay, so defeat. This is this can be a tough energy, but what this speaks to is the closing out of some long-term situation, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, health stuff, or whatever, that the universe has, and specifically the universe has stepped in to remove from your life, or you are reeling from that being removed last month, because obviously last month we had the eclipses, and they were you know, in Cancer and Capricorn, which obviously very much would be affecting you, Capricorn, as well as the Cancers. So and then in Capricorn, we actually had the full moon eclipse in Capricorn. So that was definitely closing out cycles. Because for me, and the way I interpret astrology, the full moon lunar eclipse is the ending of a cycle, whereas the new moon solar eclipse is the beginning of a cycle. So again, you're either dealing with the ramifications of something big that's been there for a while that ended last month, and you're dealing with that this month, or something is going to be ending this month that truly is not in alignment with where your soul is wanting to go, where your heart is really taking you. Now, the Tower card in general is never a fun energy, obviously, to be with, but it's never truly a surprise, if that makes sense, because you are already aware of the underlying issues around it. And when the universe has to step in to remove something, it's because for whatever reason, you haven't taken that thing out of the picture, person, place, or thing. Okay. So it's for your benefit, because you are, when this shows up, this means that you are at a crucial junction in your life that will open you up into a new stage, new opportunities, and a leveling up. And whatever it is that was connected to what was being taken out actually would have hindered you from being able to have what you want. Okay, so you have to understand, hopefully, I mean, feel your feelings. I'm not telling you not to grieve or not feel angry or whatever emotions may be coming up. Feel your feelings, respect that, but also know and have deep gratitude for the universe for whatever this is, because ultimately it's going to, it has freed you from something that you might not have realized was actually holding you back on a soul level. When this energy shows up, this isn't about small things. It's not, minor irritations, frustrations, stuff like that. This is actually like literally a shackle, something that actually would be considered a shackle for the soul. It's like dragging you back, pulling you back, slowing you down to such a point where it's like danger Will Robinson, real talk. Okay. So know that to be the case. Now, obviously, there can be a thing where, if, say, for instance, you're a creative and you've been stuck in this period of not having a lot of inspiration, feeling like you have like writer's block or something like that, this kind of energy is actually really helpful because it will break that off of you and open up the creative flow, the inspiration, the new ideas, all that kind of stuff. So regardless, that energy is stopping something that has been long-standing, that has been hindering you. Usually it's not pleasant. Real talk, because in the major arcana, the tower comes after the devil. So when the devil comes up, the devil is actually your card, Capricorn, right? So it's not that there's anything wrong with you, but in the concepts of archetypes, the devil talks about power dynamics, right? Healthy or unhealthy. Also talks about self-sabotaging habits or patterns or long-standing cycles that you've been in. All right. Okay, so just know that that's there. So if nothing has happened yet, Capricorn, I want you to take a long, hard look at what's going on in life. And if there are some little things that, not little things, if there are some things that you've been involved in that it's like, I don't know if it's going to make it, or I'm not really happy, the universe may force a release at this point. But again, it can go on the positive side, like I said. So like, say, for instance, you've been trying to find work for the longest time because you've been unemployed for a long time. This will be a breaking off of that and opening up for a new employment opportunity for you. Okay, so there's that. So let's get into relationships. For those of you who are in a committed partnership, that's in flux. So you either are growing together and figuring out how to make things work so that you can have something that is interdependent and balanced. So maybe there was something external that shifted the sense of stability, or something internal, whatever it is. But you guys are having to work with that and hopefully work through. Now, it can also be a dissolving of the energy, and you guys are releasing each other. So it's going to be one or the other, and that's going to depend on how that tower energy is actually going to be showing up for you specifically. So it seems like, at least for right now, and we'll see with the rest of the reading, that this seems to be around relationships potentially, because I don't think it's actually showing up in work. It looks like work energy is good, but yeah, that's specifically for those in committed partnerships. You guys are really having to stretch. This is a tougher month, whether, again, growing, tough meaning like you're growing and trying to find what's going to work and be fair for both parties moving forward, or it's breaking down and there's going to be a release of the relationship. Okay, now for those of you who are single and looking, or if you're currently dating someone, you are actually naturally magnetic. And so this is a time, even if you may be feeling this tower energy, to still keep yourself out and about, because you're actually powerfully manifesting, whether you realize it or not. You're powerfully attracting potential opportunities, whether you know it or not. Your job, though, is to hold the standard for what it is that you want. That's all the universe is asking for you at this point, because you're going to be, I don't want to say bombarded, but you're going to come across folks, and they may or may not seem a good catch, but you need to be able to say sooner rather than later no when you assess that it's not going to give you what you want, or it's not in alignment with what your heart's true desires is. Because this Tower energy, especially if you either just got released from something, or a release is happening this month with somebody, like maybe you're actually going to be breaking up with somebody and you can feel it, that's actually not going to stop you in the eyes of the universe. Like, you're still moving forward, you're still moving up. So you just know, like, whatever it is that you're dealing with, keep your standard for what it is that you want. Okay. Now, in terms of money, that's actually looking good. It's on an upward swing, so that's nice. Just watch what you spend, because there may be a tendency to spend money just to feel good or just to have fun, which, it's summertime, so that is what it is. But, just be mindful of it. But money is good. There's no really hangups there. And money is going to continue to get better in the future as well, too. So that's really nice. And I know Capricorn loves to hear that your money is good. So you don't have to worry about that. Your investments are strong and are healthy. No red flags there that I'm picking up. Now, in terms of career, that's actually looking really good, because you are in a position now that matches your dreams. So whether you work for someone else or a corporation, or you work for yourself, you have come to like your sweet spot, and you're living out what the vision has been for you for a while. Okay. And this is an opportunity, it seems like, that has been resurrected for you, or has come back around specifically for you to help you in achieving that goal. So, for you this month, it's sit on that throne, enjoy what you have earned, rightfully so, and don't abdicate the throne. Shine the way you are going to shine, because you were made for this. Okay. So love it and enjoy it. Right. Let's see if there's anything else before I get into the week by week forecast. You have a choice, Capricorn, in how you're going to navigate this this month. Okay, so you have control over your mindset. But even though this Tower energy is here, there's so much opening up. And if this Tower energy is relationship stuff, take the time that you need to heal, but don't close yourself off, because the energy is actually really good. The energy is actually really good for you. And I know that's easier said than done, but take the time that you need to heal. Okay. Week 1, we have the King of Swords. Let's see the rest of the weeks, and then I'm going to get clarification. Sorry if you are going through any kind of relationship stuff, Capricorn, because it seems to be exclusively in that. But money and work is solid, so that's good. Because if I feel like most of this year, much of your reading seemed to be centered on relationship stuff. So I know that this is probably a sore space, because that Capricorn Cancer axis in the zodiac it's the heart. It's home versus the actual house and the building of things. So, but ultimately, I think for both Cancers and Capricorn, by the time we either get out of this North Node transit through Cancer, which will end spring of next year, or possibly once we finish through the North Node through Gemini, which will begin after that, and that'll be 1.5 years, we're going to be in a place that we actually need to be in a healthy way in terms of our heart, our emotions, and getting our emotional needs met and our needs in general met in relationship. Okay, so week 2, there's the Knight of Pentacles. I like seeing that. Let's see, week 3. Too many cards. All right, so week 3, we got the Queen of Swords. So we have the divine counterparts here. King and Queen of Swords. And then we end with the Page of Swords. Interesting. And on the bottom of the deck, we got Death card. So yes, deep, deep, deep transformation. So this is definitely not going to be an easy month for you, Capricorn. It's really not. All right, so let's get clarification on week 1, which has that King of Swords, and see what that's about. We got the Magician. So that's when that shows up, the universe is saying that you create your realities. The King of Swords talks about looking at things objectively, but it also is, for me, a card of mastery, being masterful at your craft. We also have the 9 of Cups, and then we have the Sun. So that's actually really beautiful energy. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Cups. So there's a lot of options here. There's a lot of ways that you can play your skills and your mastery for this first week of the month. So this first week seems really strong. There's a lot of healing here with the Sun, you know, in case that hard energy is coming with the Tower, or if, like I said, if you've already dealt with that and you're now dealing with the ramifications, there's a lot of healing coming in and a lot of emotional independence that is arising because of it, which is really good and helpful. Okay. So let's see what's happening in week 2 with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is about forward-moving progress, usually in work and career, money stuff, but it can talk about just general healing overall. So we got the Strength card. Lots of major arcana right now. So yeah, this is an important month because with having the Sun and Strength come out, Sun rules Leo, although this card also can be associated with Gemini, and then the Strength card is Leo as well. This first half of the month is predominantly Leo season before we get into Virgo season, which is a sister energy to you. So there's something really helpful, healing, and restorative for the Leo time for Capricorns right now. Now that Strength card there, especially in tandem with the Knight of Pentacles, can talk about having courage as you pursue your goals. Because maybe there's a door opening for you to have your wishes fulfilled or get what you want in a work context this month. We got Page of Cups. So that could be an offer coming through that you decide to take on. It also could be some kind of message of love or reconciliation that's there. And then we have the Justice card. Interesting. So second week in a row, we have 2 major arcana and a minor arcana. And both the minor arcana are Cups cards. So this could be contract negotiations possibly for you, Capricorn, or the balancing out of some situation in a partnership, because Justice talks about just partnership or, you know, you and another party. And it would be beneficial karma. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. So this is related to your sense of personal power and strength, for sure. And holding your boundaries, staying true to what's there for you. Okay, so week 3 is when we begin with the full moon in Aquarius, and that week energetically is tied to the Queen of Swords. Okay, so she's balanced between head and heart. She stays open to what's there, but she also maintains her boundaries. You see her there, she has her sword, so she will handle situations if they come out of pocket, but her hand is still open, so she's still open to what's being presented. So again, if there is some energy around like contract negotiations, this is good energy. Sorry, I keep getting too many cards. Yeah, perfect amount now. All right, so 7 of Cups showed up again. So a lot of options, or there could just be a lot of emotion. It's the full moon, right? Knight of Wands, which is a lot of forward moving progress. And then Queen of Pentacles, which is your energy. We got 8 of Pentacles at the bottom. Okay, so you definitely will be in a good place by this point, or at least through that 3rd week of the month. And that might also be because that's the time when we shift into Virgo energy. And the sun and Mars and Venus are also going to be there during that time. So you may really feel that, like, if there is any tough energy that you're dealing with emotionally, you're able to start moving through that and feel like you're moving forward now by that point, which is good. Or this is a further exploration and expansion of some good stuff at work. All right, last week we got the Page of Swords. Now this can be a bit of a tough energy, especially because we already have the King and Queen out. So this can be a devolution into this more immature energy. Or it can be the beginning of a new path, or again, some kind of negotiations or pitching and things like that. I talk about a lot of messages going back and forth, but we'll see. There's too many cards. I think that's enough, right? So 5 of Wands, King of Pentacles. So again, you got the counterpart. So while I see that happening often for you, Capricorn, that means that you are actually in a very balanced place. That's really beautiful. And then we have the King of Cups. So we have 2 kings and then this 2 of Wands at the bottom. So there may be a little bit of conflict at work during this week. Just got to be real with that, with the Page of Swords and the 5 of Wands, because that can talk about healthy competition. So it's good in that regard, or it could be some kind of gossipy energy. So if there's some shakeups happening at work that don't necessarily have to do with you, but there's something going on with the company, that may start popping up at that time. But again, you're still good, and whoever your supervisor or boss is, like, they feel to be good as well. If this is relationship stuff, this might be more so for those who are single and looking, where you're just, you keep dating and you're having to defend and hold to the standard that you want for a relationship, and you're wanting there to be balance. Because especially since we have King of Pentacles and King of Cups, this is, you can think of this as that Capricorn earth energy, and then the water energy, maybe Cancer, and having a balance of both worlds. And just dating as much as you can, advocating for that as much as you can, so that you get what you want. Because ultimately it's up to you what you choose to take on or not. But if there's stuff going on around you, don't get it in terms of work. Don't get caught up in the drama, because it has nothing to do with you. You're where you're supposed to be. Okay. All right, so that's your read for August, Capricorn. Again, if you want to get your own personal reading, especially if there is a tower moment that has happened or is in the process of happening, please reach out and get support. Book a reading with me, whether tarot or astrology, or I would say actually for your first session with me, do the full spectrum, because it's half and half, and I can give you support and help you navigate that, okay? Much love to you for the month. Please subscribe to my newsletter. Please subscribe to this channel and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Also, please like, comment, and share with your family and friends to help spread the word. I love you so much, and God willing, I'll see you next month.